Good morning, retail traders. This is a sneaky snake trading strategy where we bring you chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And I've really developed a good trading strategy here in the past couple of years, trading the downtick of 2000 of last year, and then also trading the uptick just the opposite this year, and been able to catch knives and take good opportunity on the knives. Now I've been telling the room I've been seeing a lot of triple bottoms this year, a lot of day lows and a lot of triple bottoms respecting previous day highs. I mean, just a tremendous amount of them, and I've been able to capitalize on that position. So we're going to talk about BMY. Now BMY, I really love this chart right now. I'm thinking about the great run that the market's had, and I can understand why this stock has gone down in that same trajectory. So we're sitting right now on the 200 SMA on the weekly time frame, and we're about ready to break the 9. If you go back in history on this stock, and we'll go back here 20 years, we had a few crashes on it. And she's pulled back to this $45 level, which was a pretty good support, but this was back during the Great Recession that we had back during the Obama years. Then they projected all that money into the market, and we had a great run. So right now we've pulled back to what I think we've had a great run in 2023, and we've done nothing but pull back to that 200 SMA. I use that 200 SMA as a pivot point on a chart when I'm trying to look at trades, or I use it as a support level. Depends on the different time frames that I use it in. Right now this is the weekly, and we're bouncing off that 200 SMA. We bounced off the 200 SMA here to a real nice run. We bounced off the 200 here, and then we lost respect of it. Once we bounced above it, we had a good run. So we're going to pull up the yearly now. The yearly, we created what I call the snake. And if we break out of the snake, we could run up easily to this 71.22 and have a pullback to the top of that channel. Part about the trading strategy that I've developed is predicting the next move. And I've been working on that process for about 3 years, trying to guess, where's this stock going to go? What major pattern causes stock to bounce and break out? I can show you a pattern right here when the market was bearish on BMW, how this thing broke out, and I could have predicted that breakout in advance, and I'm going to show you how we draw this out. What we have here is a symmetrical flag on a downtrend. So you want to draw that flag in, just like that right there. Bring this up, and just like that right there. So I always say on the triple top break, this one ain't going to count, that we could have a nice little breakout on it. So what we had here is the dip, then we had the big symmetrical flag, we had the breakout, pull back to a double top, or vice versa. We had the flag, the breakout, the pullback to the top of that trend line, and boom. This is part of my sneaky snake trading strategy that I've been showing the room right and left. So now we've created this big long snake, and remember, it's bouncing off that weekly time frame with a hammer. So if we break the 9, that's going to be a good catalyst to run this up a couple bucks and try to break this here resistance level. Now this is a triple top break, 1, 2, and 3, boom. So we had an inverse head and shoulders right here, or a head and shoulders right here where it brought the stock down. So our resistance to break is going to be this trend line right here, right around 68.21. And I'm going to put that price line in here. But I'm very bullish on this stock. I'm going to show you the best entry point to take this trade. So we had the pullback right here, and that resistance level identifies with that pullback right there. So now we're going to go to the yearly time frame. So that's this is the head and shoulders right here, and that's the shoulder line. And we created another little head and shoulders right here. If you bring that up just a little bit, there's your neck, your shoulder line. I think I said neckline, I meant shoulder line over here. So you're going to bring that up just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're going to bring that price line up. And this is going to be our channel of resistance to break. And I want to color that in. Why is that a channel of resistance to break? Because we talk about patterns. Okay, we're talking about patterns here. So we've got a head and shoulders right here, and you got your shoulder line down, it dipped on down. Same thing right here. You got your head and shoulders with that shoulder line right here. So I want to take the bottom of that shoulder and fill that in, and that's going to be the resistance to break on this trade. And to run it on up on the yearly, we're going to take it to the 200 SMA. Again, I said this 200 SMA on different time frames give me a different understanding on how I want to use the 200 SMA. So for right now, we have a resistance line. So we have a head and shoulders right here. We have just the opposite right here. We have two inverse head and shoulders. And then we have a head and shoulder right here where the shoulder line was created right off that 69.57. So that's going to be your third resistance to break. We're going to change it to a price line. And that's going to be that shoulder line right there on this head and shoulders at 69.08. And then long all the way up to the top of this channel to 70.67, which would be the 200 SMA. And if it starts to build support above the 200 SMA, your next resistance is going to be up here long at 74.31. Now this is a head and shoulders right here. This is your shoulder line. So that's where you want to get out of the trade, unless it decides to go ahead and we get into a real heavy duty bull market. Then your next resistance is on up. But I would count on long no higher than 74.35. That's a fact, Jack. So we're going to take it to the 20-minute, and we're going to look for the perfect entry. The perfect entry on this stock, we have a triple top with another head and shoulders right here. So this is a shoulder line to that stock at 66.41. We'll probably stop there and pull back some and find your first support right here at 65.53 and your strong buy off the 200 SMA. Again, I'm using it differently in a different time frame. In the daily, I used it as a resistance. And in the 20-minute, the 20-day 1 hour, I'm going to use it as a support level. So I'm going to put me an alert right above this here 21 moving average, so I can prepare to take this trade when it's time to take it. Right at 65.20. That's where I'm going to set my alert to take this trade. We have a descending flag right here. She pulled back. Now she's bounced back up to that shoulder line of this head and shoulders. If it breaks past the shoulder blade, I'll go long in it. And if we get some respect above this 66.41 and double top up there at 67, I'll see if that's the next resistance to break. So I'm definitely bullish. Strong buy, I think right around 65.53 off the 21 EMA, right around 65.20, somewhere in this channel. Resistance to break, if we look at that yearly again, we've got that channel right here of resistance to break right around between the 68.18 and the 68.67, all the way up to $70, and then run it long to 74.31. Now, there's another thing that I locked in here on the news, is that Bristol Myers is suing Where is it here? Miss Bristol Myers sues U.S. over Medicare drug price negotiation plan. So they're a big deal in here. Bristol Myers, and they'll have a little bit of clout. So I kind of like that in a way. I like one that fights for their rights. They get the FDA nod for data addition to the Camazoids or whatever that is. Bristol Myers delivers deep and durable response to relapse of refractory blah blah. So yeah, I'll keep up on the news. Right now I'm probably 30% to the upside on this stock on the chart. At least up to here, maybe to that 200 SMA. You know, we could triple top if this thing really gets to being badass. We could triple top at the $80 mark. But I keep going back to that weekly time frame, and I just see a strong buy off the 200 SMA. And that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. This is BMY, and we'll see how it goes. I'll keep updates on this stock because I really like this bottom right now, and we'll put out a video on it once a week until I really see a good breakout. Have a great day, retail traders.